And it's statement weekend here, round number 1, race 2. And Sebastian Trujillo has so far been the one to make the biggest statement. Qualifying race 1 and now qualifying 2, starting from the front end, bring those lap times down steadily every single session. Can he get the clean sweep today to make the ultimate statement drive here in Catalunya? And the engineers on Wills Motorsports 99 Bentley still working on the car remotely, trying to fix that seat issue. As we quickly go through the grid, Sebastian Trujillo again taking pole position, Patton joining him on the front row yet again. Aceto starting in third with Wills alongside, only able to put in 1 lap in qualifying, and he sure made it count. Moreau and Bussy starting 5th and 6th there on the third row. As we go back, the other Trujillo in 7th place, joined by Blake Milwaukee there in 8th. 9th belongs to Wesley Barker, starting alongside Dezo Covey in the Covey Racing BMW number 24. 11th and 12th go to Cooper Trimble and Isaac Azale. We saw some fantastic drives from them today late in the race. Restrepo starting 13th alongside Bronson in the Audi in 14th. As we then go 15th and 16th, JJ Elliott, Omar Ramos. 17th, Justin Crail. Started from the pit lane last time, going to be starting from the grid now. Oscar Diaz and Kayla Nipper round out the end of the grid, but Kayla going to be starting from the pit lane this time around. And drivers warming up their tires, going through their final checks, making sure everything is in order as we creep down through the last sector of the track here on this warm-up lap. As the drivers now creeping around the final turn, rounding down onto the front straightaway, and they're all eager to go, waiting for this green flag to drop. And will we see chaos down into turn 1? They did well to avoid it last time. But you know these drivers are hungry and looking to improve from race 1 results. And we get the green flag. Green flag's up, throttle's down. Heading down the front straightaway, Wesley already looking to the inside of Trujillo. Try and take it 3 wide. And Justin Wills making his way to the front of the pack. It's 3 wide. And he gets clipped. He gets clipped by Patton. What is going on there? And it looks like a mechanical issue off the start. They worked so hard to get that car prepared and immediately out. And he clipped Patton on his way off the track. As we look through, cars running nose to tail. Correa looking in the inside of Dezo Covey. Can he make anything happen? Further up the field, we see Bussy and Patton. And Bussy in a Ferrari sandwich here, trying to get around Aceto, looking up the inside. And will he try and make a move here? He is gonna stick his nose in and get real loose. Patton now maybe trying to respond, take advantage of the situation. As 2, 3, and 4 run nose to tail, all sniffing each other's gearboxes. Will Patton look to make a move? Will Bussy look to make a move? Bussy defending. And he's actually going to be able to attack Aceto. And now they're side by side. Can Patton forge a way through? Bussy makes the move around the outside, but he's way loose. Aceto, and he's able to close the door, but that's going to check him up, and Patton goes off the track, and now Moreau goes through. In a matter of a couple corners, it's all shaken up. And just like that, Bussy with a fantastic move took him multiple corners, and he almost lost the car entirely, but he's able to gather it up, and that's going to move him into second place. And we're hearing Justin Grail having to make an emergency pit stop. And that's going to take him out of the race early on here. As Patton gets way loose into the high-speed chicane. Not sure what happened there off the track. And now Trujillo is going to go through and take fifth away from him. And it's been a rough start for AJ Patton. As we see Aceto now looking around the outside, trying to re-overtake for second place. Bussy able to defend. And Moreau in tow, getting a front row seat. Maybe even breaking out the popcorn to watch this battle in front for the podium. All over the back. Now Hugo Bussy, can he make a move? Will he get the drive onto the front straight? He's right there on the bumper. He may have a shot into turn one. What will he choose to do? Bussy all the way to the wall, going defensive, snaking up and down the track. And a move reminiscent of what we see at Indianapolis. Sean looking to the inside, going to check back up. And now sticking his nose in. He's got a wheel, but Bussy going to stay ahead. Defending, sliding through the exit of 2. Will this Ferrari get the drive down to Repsol as they are neck and neck? And Aceto with a dive, and he makes contact. They make contact, but they're able to gather it up and continue on. Bussy's still sliding, and now Moreau has been brought into the fray. And what can Moreau do? And Aceto is going to allow Bussy to go back by, but he's got to be careful because Moreau going to take the invitation as well if he can. As we see Cal off the track. And the battle continues. Aceto trying to get that second place. And Bussy has to check up, and he's way off wide, and he's doing the old GP circuit. What has gone on? A huge wiggle mid-corner for the Porsche driver. And that's going to give Aceto the position, and Moreau now promoted to the podium places. And Bussy involved in further contact with Patton. Patton involved again in another incident. He's going to drop all the way down the order. What has gone on? And Bussy's had a disaster here. Just 4 minutes into the race. What has gone on? A series of catastrophic events. As we move back to the battle for 6, Mulkey all over the back of Dezo Covey in that Covey Racing number 24 BMW M4. And they are now catching up to the back of Bussy, who I expect will have some amount of damage. And not sure what had happened there, but it all started to unravel last lap. But now can he hang on to a top 5 position? This car is closing up behind. And it must be said, Mulkey having a better weekend, maybe not as up front as he's been in the past. As he makes a big move, and I take it all back because he door slams Dezo Covey off the track, and that's another totaled Covey Racing car. How many of those can they go through in a year? As Pat now getting driven around by Mulkey, and he's going to move up into 6th. And just when I was trying to say something nice, Malky all of a sudden goes on the offensive and absolutely cleans out Dezo Kobe, as Patton just decides against the chicane this time around. And Malky gonna have to re-overtake after Patton was testing out the track limits, let's say. And all of this chaos has allowed Bussy to pull back away from the rest of these guys in the top 10. And Patton with a sweeping move back into 6th place. And Blake sliding out at Repsol. As we see Elliott looking up the inside of Zale. Zale with his stout defense. He's gained quite the reputation for it. And he's still ahead now to fight for the top 10. As Zale pushing wide, Elliott, can he get a chance to get around the outside? Not quite. Will he be able to make a drive down the straightaway? He's got the exit. He's looking to the outside. Will Zale leave the space? Will he shut the door? Zale's going to defend. Elliott not able to take advantage of the Ferrari's braking capabilities, but is Zale going to run in too deep with a shallow entry, and Elliott going to take advantage of him on the exit and sweep around into 9th place. As Bussy now diving into the pit lane a couple minutes early than halfway, but he must be feeling with the tires. And it looks like he's going to be our first taker from up front. As we see Malky follow him in, along with Dezo Kobe. And Patton finally able to put in an incident-free lap. It's been a struggle for him. Remember, starting on the front row. Let's go back on board with Sebastian Trujillo, your leader. He's pulled out over a 12-second gap from the rest of the field. He's putting on an absolute clinic that'll be billing to your insurance. As we see Moreau now keeping in touch with Aceto, just under 2 seconds there, keeping him honest. And Moreau looking to capitalize on the issues for Bussy and Patton this round and try and get on the podium here. Was denied at top 5 in race number 1 by Aceto, and now looking to see if he can take that 2nd place away from him. As we move back through the grid now, battle for 8th. Barker all over the back of Trimble. And Trimble out wide here. Can Barker make anything happen into the chicane? He's going to have a little look. And he's going to make contact again with another car. And he's also going to take out Bronson. And halfway through the race, we have a big collision. Barker way late on the brakes. And he's just going to ever so slightly make contact with the back of Trimble. And that spun both cars around, as all 3 of them are now going to dive into the pit lane. And you wonder, will those mechanics be getting out the flex tape to try and fix some of this bodywork? And Bronson sure is lucky he's in a mid-engine car, because the front of his car took a huge hit into the door of Wesley Barker. You see Hugo back out on track, one of our earliest takers of the pit stops, but he's had the advantage of some clean air. And can he make use of that to try and save his race? We'll have to see it now. Your race leader, Sebastian Trujillo, diving into the pit lane now. Take that Sunoco fuel and 4 fresh Firestone tires. Yeah. As we see Sean Aceto follow him in, what will Moreau do? Also trundling down the pit lane now. All three coming in to take their service. Patton also now coming down in the number 95, like the McQueen car. Elliott also diving to the pit lane, and almost half the grid is going to be stopped in the pit lane now. And Aceto exiting his box now. And will the Lamborghini team of Moreau be able to get him out? And that's a quick stop there. And is he going to come out just a nose ahead? And he's jumped Aceto for what might become second place with a fantastic pit stop. Moreau out ahead. And Aceto must be seething with that slow stop from his team. And we'll see Kenny go for the overtake here on this outlap. Moreau trailing wide, Aceto taking turn 3 a bit narrower. Will they have anything in this first sector? We'll be waiting for that back straightaway to see a move happen. And Bussy with that undercut has been able to close back up within sight, but he's too deep into turn 5, nearly running off circuit, but able to gather it up. Just 7.5 minutes left in race number 2 to make a statement here in round 1 in Catalunya. And Aceto certainly looking to make a statement to say, hey, Andrew Moreau, I'm still here and I want second place back. As he closed up big time in the braking zone there, Moreau running all over the track in this Lamborghini. Can Aceto get the rotation through the chicane? Nice entry there. They're almost side by side. He goes for the undercut, and Moreau gets loose. Did they clip, or did Moreau just slide on his own? It doesn't matter though, because he's going to lose the spot. And did Bussy get around too? Bussy did, and he's now up into 4th place. Moreau lost 3 spots, 2 spots in 1 corner, and now Bussy on the back of Aceto. And what a recovery here for Hugo Bussy. Only question is, will the tires be able to last this extra long second stint? But what a recovery to get back into the podium places once the leader, he's coming to the pit lane now, so everything is cycled through, so this is now for the podium. Man, what was a day that was looking up here for Moreau. Still, looks like he has a great chance to finish inside the top 5, but disappointing for sure. Went from 2nd place all the way down now to 4th, so off the podium again. And we'll have to review what happened, but he just, car slid out and made some contact with the wall. But we still have a fantastic battle for 2nd now, because Bussy has closed up the gap. We also have a fantastic battle here for 8th. Azael on the defense from Dezo Covey in that Covey Racing number 24 BMW. And what can Covey do with Isaac's stout defense? Looking to maybe make a move here into turn 12. And Covey looks up the inside. Azael running way too deep and basically inviting the position over to him. And Covey's going to move up to 8th. Bussy closing in down the front straightaway. Will he have enough of a slipstream? He feints to the inside, but he's going to pull back in line, just showing him, hey, I'm here. And Bussy sliding all the way through turn 1, but able to gather it up. Almost looked intentional. But that car is starting to get really loose. You can see it sliding. as soon as he gets midway through the corner. And he's going to have to manage that for 4 more minutes. It's going to feel like eternity inside that cockpit though. But he's under a second gap to second place, and he'd love to secure that position. And Moreau 6.5 seconds behind, so they can do some battle and not have to worry about anyone catching them up. As we see Aceto not quite making the apex there, Bussy able to close up a good couple car lengths now, and he's right on the back of him through the final sector. And can Bussy get a drive into turn 1 like he did last time? He's going to need a couple more car lengths to try and make a move all over the back through the chicane. A tidy entry there. Bussy just slightly better, but he's going to run out wide on exit. And Bussy is going to run 2 wide on exit. It's going to be a drive-through penalty, and he's just thrown this race away safely on the podium and battling for second, and now it's all going to go away as he's going to have to take a drive-through penalty here in the closing laps of this race. And what a frustrating day. And Bussy now really struggling with the tires, sliding through turn 1 again. And this may be the one that got away for him. Looking to go back-to-back podiums here, but likely now out of his reach. As 2 minutes left in the race, we'll have to see, will this be the final lap coming up, or will we have 2 to go? On board with Trujillo, who's now well clear as he has been since the start. He's led almost every single lap. He's 22.5 seconds clear of second place. And it looks like this is going to be our final lap of the race, sponsored by Credit One Bank. And Trujillo has made a statement here today in Statement Weekend, round number 1. And he's put everyone on high alert that he not only has the pace, but he has the consistency too. We saw briefly at Van Zandvoort last season the pace that he could show. He struggled in the race, but today it wasn't so. He's going to win everything on the table: practice, qualifying 1, race 1, quali 2, and with just 1 more lap, he can take race number 2 and sweep the weekend. As we see Bussy now serving that penalty in the pit lane. And that's going to be a disappointing race too. What could have been potentially a second spot and another podium finish. He's now dropping through the field. So I have to wait for the updated timing and scoring. He is now going to come out behind Mulkey, so he's going to come out in 8th. He might have a shot to improve his position and get around Mulkey if he can make a charge here on the final lap. As we see Trujillo now coming into the 3rd sector. And you know, he's going to be enjoying this weekend. Beautiful coast of Barcelona, Spain, and a beautiful drive today from Sebastian Trujillo. The number 2 Ferrari is going to be number 1 on track today. As he rounds the final corner, he goes 1-1. He's undefeated so far in a fantastic race. As Aceto now still in the chicane, such the gap that Trujillo had built. And now Aceto rounding out the final turn. And Patton spinning in the chicane. He was right on the back of Moreau, but now all out of sorts, and he's still spinning.